Why is this the poster? What is this Nickelodeon-inspired thing? Well, maybe it's to catch people's attention because it's not like it has much else going for it in this movie, besides maybe a samurai sword fight at the end. But yeah, let's go over this movie. Hey guys, Blazie here, and welcome to my review of Scooby-Doo and the Samurai Sword that came out in 2009 and is the final movie to have Casey Kasem voice Shaggy before his retirement in 2010 and his death in 2014. Rest in peace. I would love to say this is a great movie, but it's not. It's so boring, and it feels like the actual plot of what they wanted to do with this movie only happens at the 50-minute mark of a 74-minute movie. This movie just goes back to feeling like an extended episode compared to the last two movies. It also just feels like it just didn't really try and didn't know if they wanted a mystery or real monsters. So they just did both and threw in monsters in the last 10 minutes. I didn't necessarily hate it or find it lazy, I just think it's just not great and a bit of a failure. Also, going back to racist stereotypes, it feels like that because they're in Japan but have non-Japanese cannibals on a Japanese island. Like, they made them not Japanese for a reason, and you know why that reason. It just feels dated, I guess is what I'm saying. So let's just go over this movie. It opens in Japan with CGI cars in one shot for some reason. Like, I feel like that would have took longer to make the models than just drawing them, surely? But then it goes to a museum where a janitor is doing terrible singing and is showing the black samurai, the most fearsome samurai ever. And of course, the armor comes alive, takes a sword, and flies away. Well, of course. And the reason how he's able to fly is so stupid. But I'll get there. They're getting arrive in Shibuya with a weird opening with the music, the way they're walking. It's just weird. Oh no, there's no more Scooby snacks, but it's okay, there's a vending machine full of Scooby snacks. Honestly, knowing Japan and its love for vending machines, this does seem very accurate. So they got one thing right. They're here because Daphne is competing in a martial arts competition. Okay, sure. I don't understand who Daphne is anymore in these movies, I really don't. What's her personality? Able to do just everything. They go to the Hutchie statue and talk about the famous dog, and maybe Scooby will get a statue one day. Well, I know what the ending is. They meet a Japanese girl, Miyumi, who's Daphne's friend. How? Who knows? It's never ever mentioned. They've talked about pen pals before in the past, but they just don't actually say how they know each other here. Suddenly they're flying around in a jet with no pilot. Ah yes, because Japan. As they're talking about technology and old traditions fading away. I mean, a lot, if not all, old traditions aren't exactly good. On another island, a museum creator is talking to Miss Miyamoto, who owns the dojo there, warning her that the Black Samurai is coming for the Destiny Scroll, and then randomly a fantasy island reference? The plane! The plane! The plane! This moment here from Velma annoyed me.
Wow! What a beautiful airport!
It's not an airport, Freddy. This is a traditional Japanese garden.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Velma, but I don't think traditional Japanese gardens have a landing port. So a character named Sojo forces clothes on Scooby and Shaggy, but then tries to do it to Daphne, but flips them over her shoulder, showing her strength. As they walk along the dojo, we meet a few fighters, including one that's just a pup, taking the pup life way too seriously. Miyamoto makes Daphne fight Miyumi, though someone is also watching them. At one point, her hairband gets taken off, and I gotta say, she looks pretty damn cool without it on. Like, why do I think she looks so cool without her hairband? It's because she looks like me. She loses, but is considered good and blah blah. Now it's nighttime with a big feast is happening. The pup dude, who's called Mad Dog, literally eats out of a dog's bowl. Again, pup play. During the event, suddenly ninjas appear and easily beat all the best fighters, who I don't think we see after this. The black samurai shows up and now chasing, and I looked down for a second at my phone and then back up and was greeted with a fattest Shaggy and Scooby yet, nipples out on display and everything.
How do you do the samurai?
Not gonna lie, just doing that, looking down for a second, looking up, was hilarious. But at the same time, you know why that happened, you know why. And it's not just because Japan, sumo, you know why. And then they dress up as geisha girls. Because Japan. Also, the music sounds like something out of preschool. It's bad. In the end, the samurai dude steals the scroll and flies away again. We then get told the legend of the Black Samurai, who was a warden who asked a blacksmith to make him a sword, but instead got one from his evil apprentice that, well, made him evil. The other sword went to the Green Dragon, which I show you like a little image here, and I want to see a movie of a dragon fighting a samurai with a sword. That sounds really cool. That sounds much funner than what this movie is. The Green Dragon won with his sword, the Sword of Fate, and put the soul of the samurai into the Sword of Doom. Of course, Sword of Fate, Sword of Doom, sure. It turns out the scroll was a fake and they still have the real one, which has a riddle on it where to find the sword. They work out the scroll needs to be configured into like a dragon through origami, thanks to Scooby and Shaggy randomly doing origami. Because Japan. They work out they need to go on an island temple that is devoted to the Green Dragon. Oh my god, gasp. Who knew there would be clues to the missing sword at the dragon's temple? Wow, who knew? Miyumi and the professor is going with him as he can translate, but like, isn't Miyumi Japanese too? What exact language are they translating? It's just Japanese. Oh no, it's like this scene from the second live action movie.
Alas, what are these strange markings?
Words.
Words.
Because as much as they're speaking English, they are Japanese. At the temple, Shaggy accidentally hits a switch thing and turns a light on. I don't know. The professor translates a riddle, but then sees a sign for food, aka they're cannibals on the island. An island still in Japan, but with natives who don't look Japanese at all, and more like racist stereotypes, as I mentioned. Though there might also just be a sacrifice for the dragon, it's not really well thought out. Either way, they end up in a boiling pot, with Scooby and Shaggy kinda happy to make themselves tastier by adding in ingredients and such, but it was just a trick and got the leader somehow in the pot and started cooking him instead. And then they scared them with a plane that Velma was able to control, making this scene feel just so pointless as they just get on the plane and leave. They go to a big waterfall with a dragon mouth, like, who knew a secret was in there? I do love these kind of temple adventure movies like that, where like the most obvious, like here's a giant temple out in the middle of a fucking forest that can be seen above the forest. Who knew something secret was in there? They drive the plane right on through and are now in a cave. But Scooby is scared, so Scooby snack time. It did kinda make me laugh.
Like they're only statues.
Would you come with us for a Scooby snack? Nope.
Would you do it for 2 Scooby snacks?
And ta-da, the Sword of Doom just kinda sitting in the mouth of the obvious dragon waterfall. Miyumi grabs the sword, activating a trap that closes them in. The samurai appears and a chase scene happens, with some bizarre, kinda okayish music as they run around with the sword. The samurai dude just kinda crashes flying around, and we get the reveal it's Sojo, the big dude having been using a jetpack to fly around, somehow hiding it under the armor, mind you, and also not burning himself as it's under the armor. It's really stupid. It's really stupid. Even if it wasn't in the armor, did no one see it? Did no one see the jetpack? But dun dun dun, it was all a trap by Miyamoto, and we get the best line of the movie.
Jeepers! Jinkies!
Dang, I still don't have a catchphrase.
Okay, yeah, that's pretty damn funny. And they're ninjas, but actually they're robots who have been studying the best warriors. Sure, but they needed to solve a riddle, so they brought in Mystery Inc., and Mayumi is also working for them. All to bring back the samurai so he could lead her army of robots to defeat the modern world, to bring back the age of samurai and combine old traditions and new ones, by using modern technology while also wanting to get rid of modern technology and modern ways. She's just a really dumb villain. She wants an old world full of death and wars and disrespect to women and the like, and bring back samurai, which historically weren't actually good people for a majority of history. They worked under the shoguns and all that and just killed and slaughtered whoever they wanted just because they could. And like, people still have traditions. If that's how you want to live your life, you can. But also, grow up. Traditions need to grow and expand, or just kind of go away. Again, you look back at old traditions, they're not good. Daphne then kicks the Sword of Doom out of her hand, and Shaggy and Scooby get it and jetpack away. So Scooby and Shaggy fly around Tokyo with an extremely awful song that I'm just very confused about.
Konnichiwa. Welcome to Tokyo Airspace. It's nice to meet you. What is your name? Sayonara. May I have your ticket, please? Thank you very much. I have to go now. Bye-bye. Domo arigato, sayonara. I am sorry. I cannot help you. You are very nice. Please take my picture.
The whole segment is just bad as they're chased around by ninjas. They randomly end up at a Green Dragon sushi place and the chef is curious of them, but then ninjas come in and he just kind of fights them off with his own sword, and it turns out he is samurai. Though the Sword of Doom has been stolen. But Samurai decides to train the two as samurai, without them like wondering at all about the others who are like locked in a vault, though are rescued by the janitor dude, but yeah. So to me, this is what the plot wanted to be, about Scooby and Shaggy becoming samurai. But it's like, there's 20 minutes left, and now it feels like a different movie, because now they have to go find these toy gates things and start a whole journey to get the Sword of Fate. There's 20 minutes left. What are you doing, movie? And then randomly they were on a mountain, then just like surfing lava, which leads to the Gate of Water. It's just such a weird mess. And now they're talking to the Green Dragon? Okay, so this is all mystical and very real then. Okay, sure. Again, it just, boop, yep, real stuff all of a sudden. But yep, dragons are real in this movie, and does notice they're not samurai, but gives them a samurai outfit anyways, because you know, it's the outfit that makes a samurai. And then the dragon gives them the Sword of Fate and they fly away with him. Back to the others, Mayumi suddenly wants away with the Sword of Doom, changing sides. Which then Velma triggers an EMP, taking out the ninjas. Well, that was easy. Which then somehow overloads and takes out all of Tokyo's electricity, which nothing happens after that. It was pointless to do that. Miyamoto then attacks Mayumi, and Sojo gets the blade and gets shot out of the armor, and the Black Samurai lives again. So yeah, the Black Samurai is very real and mystical for some dumb reason, but of course this was going to happen. Miyamoto is like, you bow down to me. I'm the one in charge here. Because of course he does. Don't they always say stupid stuff like this? Because yeah, duh, that never works. Maybe watch a modern movie or modern TV show and you'll know that never works. So yeah, she is defeated and then uses the magic on the others to bring them together. So now it's all up to Shaggy, Scooby and the dragon, who will fight within the sword, aka just disappear from the movie. But at the same time, it disappears within the sword while they're still in the air. Not a smart dragon. And so we actually get a sword fight. Like, not just a one-hit fight with them running around scared. No, it's a legit sword fight that is stupid, but generally entertaining. I really was not expecting an actual fight like this, so I gotta give them credit for having a good ending like that, as dumb as it is. But again, it is genuinely entertaining. The Sushi Samurai dude even helps them out here as Scooby does one final blow and destroys the Sword of Doom. They take off a samurai mask and there's an old man underneath thanking them for saving his soul from the sword. So it's a bit of a sad ending like that. And then it ends with Scooby getting his statue. As you could probably tell, I didn't really like this movie. It just doesn't feel special. It just wasn't very funny. It had a story that didn't know if it wanted to have real monsters or not. So in the last 20 minutes, it decides to flip and have real supernatural stuff. Okay, so Witch's Ghost also did this, including Alien Invaders, but they always felt like good twists. While here, it makes it feel like two different movies. But either way, in general, it's just boring. I did enjoy the final sword fight, but really that's about it. I just find this movie to be just a bit of a bore, not really that funny. Honestly, the whole movie needed to be the last 20 minutes and just focus on Scooby and Shaggy becoming samurai. That could have been a fun idea. But considering that's not what the movie is, it only happens in the last 20 minutes, Scooby-Doo and the Samurai Sword is a 4 out of 10 foxes. It's not great. I can see some people enjoying it, and I would not be disappointed in you if you did. It's just not for me. So yeah, that's it for this video. Next up is Scooby-Doo Abracadabra Doo. I have a Blue Sky and PayPal all linked down below if you wish to help me out. I really appreciate it. If you want to follow me, yeah, go follow me over on Blue Sky. And please do give this video a like and subscribe to my channel because I love you if you do. Hit that bell icon, and VitoFox says, be who you want to be. Alright guys, bye for now.